Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Monday morning forecast update. I think we're all just getting used to the nicer weather this weekend, but things going to be changing up on us over the next few days here. Great weather today, but a surge in humidity and tropical air tomorrow, and you're looking at potential tropical cyclone 6, which is likely to become tropical storm, and then maybe Hurricane Francine as we continue through the week here. And we will be watching this closely in the ArkLaTex. The way the forecast stands right now, we could definitely see some impacts from this maybe Wednesday into Thursday, but potential tropical cyclone 6 here, which will become Francine, will likely continue to hug the Mexico and Texas coastline for the next day or two here, and likely begin to push inland once we get to Wednesday. So the latest forecast from the Hurricane Center does have this achieving Category 1 hurricane strength, so maybe a weak Category 1 hurricane. Now, the way the track stands now, looks like it's going to go up very close to the Louisiana and Mississippi border. This is the preferred track for us. We do not want this storm to wind up west of us. That's what we saw with Tropical Storm Beryl early in the summer. That's the reason we saw quite a few tornadoes. Typically, most serious impacts are to the right of the track here, so up into Mississippi and portions of Alabama. So if the track holds as it is right now, would expect main threat for us would be maybe some spotty heavy rain for a few of our parishes in Louisiana. Minor wind impacts. Again, the chance of seeing any tropical storm force winds looks relatively low for us, and you can see the rainfall here. Most of this is 7-day rainfall projections, but most of this would be what's incurred with the hurricane / tropical storm that will be passing east of us. It does show maybe some 1 to 2 inch and isolated higher amounts for portions of Louisiana and Arkansas, but relatively low impact the way the forecast stands now. And I'll show you the wind map here. The probability of seeing any tropical storm force wind gusts, which would be those winds likely exceeding 40 miles per hour or so. The chance of that looking relatively low for us, but my recommendation is if you have some trees in your yard, which may be showing some branches here that look like they're maybe going to fall this week, if you could do maybe some tree trimming in the next day or two, just kind of move those bigger branches away from the house. That would be the thing to look at doing for the next few days here. But again, it's the way things stand right now. It looks like the impact for us would be relatively minimal, but obviously a lot of things can change with these storms. So urge everybody to keep updated here over the next few days as we march towards the middle of the week. So again, front down here on the coast will stir up some rain and clouds well to the south of us. We're still close enough to this area of high pressure. We had the great weather this weekend. That will continue for us today. In fact, it's running even cooler this morning. We'll likely see some areas in the 40s north of I-30, and the rest of us will likely be in the 50s at sunrise. Still have that dry north wind coming through, so no humidity again today, and your high temperatures about where we left off yesterday in the mid to upper 80s. So it will be a warm but quite nice afternoon, especially with the lower humidity. So I'm going to take you through the middle of the week here on your Robin's to Futurecast, which does show the clouds beginning to increase as we start to tap into that humidity tomorrow. I did leave at least a slight chance of rain in Tuesday's forecast. I think more likely if we do see any tropical rains move in, it would probably be Tuesday night into Wednesday, with most of the impacts kind of playing out late Wednesday here. So you can see a few of the showers and storms associated with what will likely be Hurricane Francine and then Tropical Storm Francine as it weakens, as it moves inland. So that would be the core of the storm passing east of us on Thursday. Still think we'll see some wraparound rain here during the day on Thursday, but again, impacts for us pretty minimal. And there's another rainfall projection which kind of shows the same thing, where we could see maybe an inch or two of rain, but the heaviest amount staying well to the east of us. But again, just a track change of maybe 50 miles or so, making a big difference for us. So just stay updated with this forecast for the next day or two. Rain should cool us back into the 80s after arriving in the 90s once again tomorrow. And I do think we'll dry out for the weekend. Weekend's going to be fairly warm and humid, and we may see at least some spotty rain chances return by next Sunday. Okay.